sure the info is correct. But we should be live.
Nice.
Right. Hit the button, make my avatar play his little Game Boy, and switch over. Yeah. But I know
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
we did plan on doing the dubs. I want to do that when I know we have everyone together to do that, or as many of the people together to do that.
Nice.
So worst comes to worst, I might save that for Sunday if I can. I don't know when Walker's available.
Uh, I read he was gonna play some D&D tonight, so
I know he's doing D&D with his roommates,
mhm.
but shit, loaded up the wrong save file. Yeah, could be worse. Um, I don't think anything will be as bad as when I accidentally during like the one of the last parts of
I
my
need someone to show
Sonic
me my
Frontiers
place in all
playthrough,
this.
I accidentally saved over my original save file.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and that save file I had pretty much done everything. The only thing I hadn't done because it was right before the jukebox mode was added. I hadn't done the jukebox. I hadn't collected all the jukebox things, but I had like maxed out all of Sonic's stats. I had pretty much done everything that you could do except for I still hadn't done I think of some. I still hadn't done like gotten like completed all the challenges and all the cyberspace stages, but other than that, I had done everything, so it um, really hurt. Which also reminds me, when they finally add the story DLC, I'm probably gonna have to go back to Sonic Frontiers on stream and show that off,
Mhm.
which I don't mind. I do think the next time I go back to Sonic on stream, I'm probably gonna do Sonic Origins and just do the classic Sonic games on stream, which that'd be fun. My intention is I'm gonna do the story mode that Sonic Origins does, so it's like um each game in one long story. But other than that, not I don't know when I'm gonna get to that one.
Right.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. There'll be no escape for the princess this time.
Secure the airlock and prepare the escape pods.
Huh?
Your Highness, the transmission we received. What is it they've sent us?
Hope.
Oh right, I'm trying to remember if they
We're over
added
Tatooine.
it or not,
This will be safer with an old friend.
but they actually added a small snippet of
Tatooine.
the
Then we must head to the escape pods, milady.
No, they will be scanning them for life forms. We must put them in a droid.
Oh my!
they added
Hello, this is your captain
one of the
speaking.
clips
If you
from
were wondering what those sounds were, we are experiencing some invasion-related turbulence. Please stay calm.
we are experiencing some invasion
Rinse and
related
shoot.
turbulence.
Deep breaths.
Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Um, shit, what was I saying? hang on. Let me
Stop them!
pause the game real quick. But wonder if there is. Nah, that's somewhat better. See if I can swap. Um, one sec. See if
Right.
that should be better. That's closer to actually being live
Ah, nice.
for you. So now you have the full screen instead of just partial screen. Also, do you know? Did you notice where we
Oh
have
yeah,
Mr. Big tonight?
I see where Mr. Big is.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I thought that location was fine. So last night I actually had Mr. Big. Um.
But apparently the stream's over.
What?
Your stream ending overlay is on.
Oh. Hang on. Sorry.
There we go.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Because the full screen is showing a specific part.
Right.
Because I was about to say, stream shouldn't be over. I'm still playing.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of swapped it over. So.
Nice.
Well, and it's even funnier because it still has the red part of his actual lightsaber.
Yeah.
Just sticking out of the baguette. I love that cheat code. It's amazing. Man, that's one hot fucking baguette. Cut through
Your captain again.
Cut through
The
fucking,
Empire are now fully boarded the ship. You are no longer required to stay calm. Ah!
We fuck me die. That was a quote from the gag translation.
at this point in the
I mean, yeah, at this
episode.
point it's when R2D2 and C3PO are like just roaming the halls at the beginning.
I do love the fact something I do remember from the other versions of Lego Star Wars is you can put on a stormtrooper's helmet and just wear it as a disguise. In this,
Oh yeah.
in this you can wear literally every part of their outfit.
Right.
Um,
Although honestly, just the helmet is more funnier, especially with characters like Chewbacca.
oh yeah, no,
Since it can't fit over him.
that is still one of my favorite things from the original
Okay, look safe
from
now.
the original trilogy or the original trilogy, the original game
Captain,
Lego
please don't
games,
say that again.
because it's just so fucking funny to look at.
Yeah.
I also know in this level, probably won't be able to show it until we get to free play, but in this level, if you look around the ship, you can actually find, you would actually be able to find, like actual copies of those older Lego games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a really it's a really cool Easter egg, but it's You basically have to wander around, and you have to be.
Lady, our passage blocked. We must find a way to continue.
I think you're supposed to be like a very specific character to do it,
Yeah.
which is why you can't do it until you're unless you're doing in unless you're playing the game in free play, but it's still it's a really cool
Right.
Easter egg. But they have covers based off the first game, the first Lego Star Wars, and the original trilogy. So Lego Star Wars 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of wish that this game, even if it was DLC, I wish that this game had missions based off of Clone Wars, though. That'd be
Oh
nice.
yeah.
Because I think they do have Clone Wars.
Remember the password for this thing, 318? 318? I'm 764. Where's 318? Like you were 318.
But I think they have like Clone Wars characters. Not exactly like the
We are well aware of that, Admiral.
shit, I'm just losing my trail.
We need to release the emergency levers for this door.
But they if I remember correctly, they have Clone Wars characters, but just not like
The actual missions involving them.
not actual missions. And even then, I think like most of the Clone Wars characters are like, oh, here's Ahsoka, but it's Ahsoka from. Wasn't she in like Mandalorian or something?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, so I think that's how they have her, but she's not
She's not involved in anything.
yeah, it's just character.
Yeah.
Which frankly, I'm just sad. I'm more sad that that the DLC really all the DLCs in this game really are just character packs, because
Yeah.
even if they did them as like little jokes, I'd like even something like having the Lego Star Wars specials that they did, like the because I mentioned last night they have minifigures that you can select in free play based off of specific based off like the Lego Holiday Special, and then they have
Right. Right, they have all those packs.
yeah, and then I know they have it was DLC, but they had like a summer they have one based off of the summer special they did. I know they did a Halloween special. I need to see them because they actually
Alright.
do seem they do seem interesting. But
Right.
yeah, they have
Time to get these plans to Tatooine.
but I know they have a couple of those character packs. It'd be nice to have like a level pack or two based off of one of them.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Like just a level pack based off of some extended lore.
The Death
Oh my
Star
gosh.
plans are not in the main computer.
I'm sorry, you mean the station wagon.
Secret mission.
The Death Star in the dub is literally called a fucking station wagon.
This is such a mess. Wait a minute, where are you going?
I still love I think I mentioned it before, but I still love the
Just a couple of droids. They scare you, buddy? Of course not. Nothing scary about a sentient collection of metal wires.
I love the fact that in Darks and Droids, at this point,
Bet you, huh?
story-wise,
Translate us to sleep?
R2-D2 would have already had the
Lousy super smart machines.
R2 would have already had the plans.
Yeah.
Just like Leia never gave them to him. He just automatically had them
Oh.
because I think the implication was that he stole them from Palpatine or something when no one was looking.
Escape pod.
Yeah.
But like he had them also.
Nice.
Look, buddy, I'm not trying to start anything. You go back to your shower. Trying to find the escape pods.
I bet just having a good time.
I'd rather not enjoy this good time. Oh my gosh!
This is not the
Hell
pod
yeah.
you're looking for.
I do love that though. This is not the pod you're looking for. Hang
It's
on.
a reference to the other games, but there are also hot tub stormtroopers.
Yeah, but I love the line though because the line makes that.
Oh yeah.
All right, where's C-3PO? My puny astromech arms can't let me build anything.
Hey, you're not
Yeah.
permitted.
Oh,
Look,
yeah,
I'm
that.
sorry for bringing up the dub again, but in the dub, C-3PO is married to R2-D2. Like,
That's
C-3PO
the only part of the dub that I can look at and think, yeah,
That
I
makes
can
sense.
actually believe that in the actual. I can believe that in the actual fucking movies at this
Yeah,
point.
like, here's the thing. R2-D2 is a she in this dub, and C-3PO is a she, so they're a lesbian couple.
Oh my god! Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
know.
about. I'm a member
Also, I
of the
love that
Imperial
they're
Senate on a diplomatic mission to
the
Aldebaran.
escape pod.
There's also a washing machine.
Yeah, that's a funny gag.
Yeah.
Also, Darth Vader is still holding that one guy up by fucking force.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just like he just has not let him go.
What a desolate
I know.
place this is.
Like, yeah, I've watched a bit of the dub before this stream came on, but I stopped because I thought, you know, we'd probably be watching that today. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's celebration of May 4th, but that's fine.
Oh yeah. Well, the other thing that I would have done, I need to find it, and if you can find it while I'm playing,
Yeah.
have you heard of the canceled animated series Star Wars Detours?
Yes, I have.
The yeah, but it would have essentially been like a Star Wars robot chick. One of the episodes was leaked.
Yeah.
If you can find that, that might be how we end the stream. Is we're gonna jokingly show that off.
Okay. Oh well, that's simple because there's a fucking there's a link on goddamn Internet Archive for it.
Wait, really? Oh, that's actually much easier than.
Yeah, at least one of the episodes.
Yeah, the only one episode has been found. One full episode,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
Something jammed in here real good. Were you on a Star Cruiser?
You're my only hope.
What's this?
I do like. So my
You're my only
I got like the special deluxe edition of this game.
Hey, whoa!
And
where'd you get
it came with a minifigure. That minifigure is actually Luke with a carton of blue milk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. In fact, well, and I have like knockoff Lego arcade machines. I think I sent it. I sent a picture of the arcade machines once or twice to the to Moonsy's server.
Oh, okay.
But it was around like a year ago, so it's been a while.
And finally, we're now at the Gospel of Luke.
Yes. Took us long enough.
Yeah. Kind of a weird entry in the Bible.
on the scanner.
Entry in
Might
the
be the
Bible
R2
before we got to the Gospel of Luke, but hey.
Yeah. I mean, Ian McGregor actually did play Jesus in the movie once.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that movie and it was actually
Sir. That
That's all right.
auto unit has always been a problem.
Mhm.
Uncle Owen's not going to be happy if I lose it. Let's go get him back.
Um. Oh, I do want to say if we are going to show off,
What's wrong with him now?
He's
I
still
don't know if we're,
perceptive.
I don't know how much
Sandy.
that I intend on doing, but if we are going to do free play, I can show off the Luke Star Killer
Oh,
minifigure
nice.
that came out today.
Yeah.
Well, and I really like the design. It's actually I did check and see what he would be listed under. He is listed under Jedi.
Yeah.
But what's cool is he has I don't know if it's supposed to be a yellow or an orange lightsaber, but he has a
I could look at the concept art if you want.
well, I have the picture of the actual figure should be in the general chat.
I know, but
Um,
again, not that Star Killer, the other Star Killer.
Hello there. You're fortunate to be all in one piece.
Luke Star Killer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ben? Ben Kenobi? Boy, am I glad to
yeah,
see you.
it might be
Tell me,
easier
young
to
Luke,
type
what
in
brings you out this far?
This little droid. He tells me he's looking for his former master.
I can't think all of a sudden.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Is he a relative of yours?
Obi-Wan.
I'm pretty sure if I remember
Well, that's
correctly,
a name I've not
the
heard
original
in a
script
long
for
time.
Star
Yeah.
Wars with
How you
Star
know it?
Killer and all that got turned into a
Of course
comic.
I know. Me.
Which might actually be where the design comes from.
Possibly, yeah.
I I would not be surprised. I do love the design though, because it is a really nice
Mm-hmm.
it's a real nice design. I'm happy that they're like, yeah, for May 4th, we're not doing anything super big, but we're gonna have this original concept of Luke for we'll have this original concept of Luke for our May 4th celebration.
Right. Yeah, look at the concept art. He does seemingly have a yellow lightsaber,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
But I say that mostly because I couldn't remember if it was supposed to be orange or if it was yellow. But I know like that's kind of a rare color when it comes to the Star Wars canon.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Great, now I want to find that fucking comic. The fuck was that at?
Um I do also know one of the other stories stories that they didn't go with did get turned to like a book, which was like the original concept for episode 5,
Yeah.
which would have been I can't remember what it was called, but I think if I remember correctly, it was like Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
And I have a copy of that book.
Oh, nice.
Haven't read it, but I do have a copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how the fuck am I supposed to get over it? Alright, fine, I'll deal with this later. I mean, I should probably be focusing on plot instead of wandering around aimlessly trying to get blue bricks.
Oh, oh, okay, so that's what the comic book series is called. It's just called The Star Wars.
But I know there's some interesting supplementary material with Star Wars that I've been meaning to get into.
Yeah.
That might look into that. But I know Star Killer was also a thing
Step
in
inside when you're ready. I'll answer what.
Force Unleashed.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yes, I was once a Jedi Knight, the
Oh my
same as your
gosh.
father. Which reminds me.
How did my father die?
Don't want to know.
What is it?
Your father's lightsaber.
The
Now, let's see
Youngling
if we can't
Slayer.
figure out what you are, my little friend.
General Kenobi, I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to do it.
I'm getting audio
You
popping.
must see this droid safely
Oh,
delivered to him.
sorry about that.
Kenobi was Kenobi. My only hope.
We must learn the ways of the Force.
Gotta get home.
Is it the
It's late.
cutscene or
I'm in for it
something?
as it
Because it's
is.
like I'm getting really bad popping.
It might be the cutscene. I don't know.
Uncle Owen!
Hang on.
Emperor! There's nothing for me here now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi
Oh
like my
no,
father.
they died.
Yeah.
Guess.
My ears are gonna fucking die.
I don't know what Hang on.
Come, we must travel to Mos Eisley.
I'm thinking
There
it might
we
be
will
the
find
cutscene. I
ourselves
don't
a
know.
pilot. who
Oh
will take
god,
us
if
to
it
all
is
the
the
right.
cutscene, that's gonna be
We can take my
annoying for
speeder.
every single one. Also, you're back on the stream ending
Fucking
thing.
hell! I tried fixing that.
Now we're at this. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, no, I clicked the wrong button. Alright, I guess, hang on.
Okay, popping seems to be over.
Okay, that's good.
I can't hear anything, but honestly, that's fine. It's better than popping.
I did turn the, I do think I did
Oh,
turn
wait,
the,
there we go. I heard something.
yeah. I think I turned the audio down on the Elgato.
Yeah.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be a situation where where it was,
Mos Eisley Spaceport. Never fly.
like with the,
Wretched hive of
one of the movie
scum and villainy.
commentaries where
Do you
my
really
audio
think
wasn't
we're
even
gonna
coming
find
in.
a pilot here that'll take us to
Oh, yeah.
I know of a
That still
canteen
saddens
with
me.
many
That
talented
was the,
pilots.
Sonic commentary.
But watch your
Oh,
step.
yeah.
It's not the most welcome.
So we
Welcome to
got,
the beehive.
yeah. But we got, the Beehive.
Let's see your identification.
That's what it's called. That's what Mos Eisley is called in the dub. Like
That's-
by
That's
by
great.
Ben. In the Scum of Hive and Villainy. Hive of Scum and Villainy.
Well, with something like the Hive, that actually makes a bit of sense.
Yeah.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
I love the I still love the robot chicken. These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the droids we're looking for. Yes, they are. Move
Yeah.
along. Move along.
I can't understand
It
how we got
is
past those troopers.
120 degrees out here.
The Force
I
should
was
have a
just
strong
repeating
link
what
with
I
it.
thought he said.
Now, let's
Yeah.
make our way to that cantina. We need to find our pilot.
What I want to know, I still need to see the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus. What I want to know is, how the fuck does Obi-Wan know Han Solo?
I don't know. I mean, I could look it up. Maybe they met somewhere.
Well, I'm wondering if it's kind of a they explain it in the Obi-Wan series.
choker to go busting into other people's.
Oh my gosh. It's still the fucking uh
I mean, I'm looking for the legends telling for Han Solo on the Wikipedia. It doesn't really say anything about it. It just says that, yeah, uh, just Kenobi just helped paid for the charter flight, for
so it actually doesn't it doesn't give an explanation why that's right.
no,
I don't think they actually did
I don't
know
think
each other.
I don't think they did meet before. I think it was just like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think what actually happened, and it was me misremembering what the real reason was they were just looking for a pilot in general, and Han was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'll just fuck it, I have nothing better to do.
I mean, well, he needed a job anyway because he has to pay Jabba.
We should inquire about a pilot to take us to Alderaan.
Which
All right, let's ask around.
I'm fairly, to be honest, I can be fairly critical of the special editions for adding a lot of stupid shit, but I don't mind the I don't mind the idea of
Don't
the
get on that hairy
of
fella's bad side.
them
They
adding
should be
a
like the limbs in all
clip
their usual places.
of him of
Yeah.
Han talking to Jabba. My problem is the clip that they had of him talking to Jabba
Someone
is
who
just
can help
like
us
that
get to
that
Alderaan
CGI is not great.
and pay.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but
Me to it.
I think he did talk to Jabba before in the original,
It doesn't
but
like
this was before Jabba was,
Stay out of his way.
his
I
slug
don't like
form.
you
It was
doing
more of a
it.
human
I'll be
form, I
careful
think.
who be
Yeah, it was I think it was a cut it was a cut scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jabba was human. I Han and Greedo shooting at each other. I just that's a funny gag.
Mm-hmm.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
And
Chewie
if
here
anyone
tells me you're
asks,
looking for
I
passage
shot
to the Alderaan
first.
system.
Yes, indeed. If it's a fast ship.
Mm-hmm.
She's fast enough for you, old man. What's the cargo?
Yeah, but
Only
I do
passengers.
appreciate
Yourself, the boy,
the
two
despecialized editions of
no
the original
questions
trilogy
asked.
Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship.
because
Leave
they
as
are
soon
good
as you're ready. Docking
they
Bay
are good
94.
versions. I think
94.
people have made like bootleg DVD copies of them. So if you
Yeah.
want like bootleg DVD and Blu-ray copies, so if you want like nice high definition versions of the original theatrical releases.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go find this docking bay.
Excuse me, sir, but according to R2, Docking Bay 94 is on the other side of this settlement.
I think I think at one point
You're
I
well
considered
prepared before we leave.
I actually considered buying one of the copy of the bootlegs just to kind of have them. I think the only time I will fully admit to purchasing a bootleg copy of something just so I can have it is the first three Marvel Disney Plus series. So WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and the first season of the Loki series.
Yeah.
And the only reason I did that was because I wanted to get a physical copy
What
of
a
them.
piece of junk!
Oh, okay.
It may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Chewie, what is this? I told you to get her ready.
And they're fairly,
Late lunch.
I mean, they're
Gotta be
basic.
somewhere.
They're fairly basic Blu-rays, but they're all right for what they are.
We gotta get this thing to fly.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh fuck, I forgot that was his name in the dub too.
What?
One of Chewbacca's names in the dub is, I shit you not, Chevrolet.
Come on, Chevy.
I mean, he's also called Shui, Chui, Baka, Chewbacca, Chubaka, Chewy, Choi,
Choi.
Chuy, Chevron, W, or Dragalong.
Chevron. Uh,
And his catchphrase apparently is unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's Chewbacca again.
I know. Oh, and Han Solo is called Mr. Luck Furrow. Or
Mr.
Chinese, or Korea, or Hunt, or Han Cabo Luo.
On cable.
We really need to watch that.
Yeah,
that dub.
we need to watch the dub.
Mhm.
That sounds beautifully terrible. Well, I love the fact that fans are like, yeah, we'll just get this we'll retranslate a foreign script. We'll retranslate the foreign script into English and just have what am I supposed to do with this? Oh,
What are we saying?
no, I'm kind of
Right.
but yeah, it's funny to me that that fans thought let's get this foreign script, translate it back into English, and dub it over.
Mm-hmm.
Just funny.
I mean, if we do watch the Novelty Desire, we better at least watch for the Counterattack Collection, Hopeless Situation Return.
Hopeless
Because
that's the all of that's the just the original trilogy though, right?
that's the original trilogy, yeah. Because I do want to get to see Lando, because he has a really funny line about his occupation, at least.
What is his no, not in the dub, but what is his occupation in the original movie?
Uh, Shit. Give me a moment. Well, he's the Baron Administrator of Cloud City.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, he's mostly there just to govern the gas mining colony on there. And, try and keep the whole place neutral.
which would explain why he would be willing to even invite
Right, because he was
Darth.
trying. Yeah, he was trying to protect, Cloud City and Bespin from being under the control of the Empire to try and keep it neutral. But once he realized what he did, Lando just said, "Fuck it, we're joining the rebellion. Cause fuck this, I'm not selling out my friend."
Yeah. And it's kind of a you can be neutral. You can try and be as neutral as you want, but at some point,
Something's got to give.
yeah. So well, it's also it's something's got to give, and for me, it's kind of a in situations like with Star Wars where it's very clear that these are the bad guys. It's
The cockpit, the cannon, and the sensor disc. Got that furball?
losing train of thought. But yeah, it's
Get the stair lift into position.
where when one side is very clearly these are the bad guys,
Yeah,
it's not something you can be neutral towards.
it's something you got to stand up for.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the Empire was pretty powerful, so yeah. But then again, you do have a love relationship, possibly with a friend here, and you may want to, just quote unquote make a deal with your friend in the end.
Yeah.
Lando and Han should have gotten together. That would
I
have saved.
I am more pissed. I am still more pissed at because I know it was more of a fan theory, but Finn and the I can't remember the pilot in the sequel trilogy.
I don't.
You know who
Oh
I'm
no.
talking about though, right?
I think I do. Yes.
But like I feel they should have revealed that yeah they were gay. That and I think it would have been really cool. Even if you didn't become a Jedi, it would have been nice for Finn like for it to be revealed that Finn was force sensitive because it really felt like they were hinting towards that
I know.
in
Finn should
episode
have been a
7.
Jedi. Finn should have became a Jedi as well.
Well, for me it was less of a I think they should have made him a Jedi and more of a he should have at least been force sensitive.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
that's just a missed opportunity and it would have been a nice for me it would have been a real nice plot twist where it's like, "Oh, the stormtrooper that there's like billions of is actually force like that would have been a really cool twist."
Yeah, it would have been nice.
But no, Disney chickened out.
I thought
Well,
originally
well, granted,
you were
well,
originally gonna say that Finn was the child of Lando.
that also would have been nice.
Yeah.
I I would have looked at it like, it's kind of a lesser thing, but it would have been nice to see.
Yeah. But see, if Lando and Han Solo got together and made love and married each other, we wouldn't have had the sequel trilogy to happen now, would we?
I don't think the sequel trilogy was a terrible idea.
I know, I'm just making a joke.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it completely went over my head. So, but I don't think the sequel trilogy was a terrible idea. I just think the way it was
handled poorly.
Yeah, it was, and I I want to state for people watching the re-uploads of this, especially even if I'm pretty much the only one. I actually enjoyed the sequel trilogy. Like all 3 films of the sequel trilogy, I think were perfectly fine. It's just they definitely had problems, and I something that I always have as a prerequisite for my opinions on movies. Like I genuinely like the fucking Super Mario Brothers movie, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. Granted, me liking the Super Mario Bros. Movie is more like I know that movie's bad, but it's part of it's ironic. Part of it is because I actually feel there are genuine good things about that movie because it was Bob Hoskins is still like I loved Bob Hoskins Mario.
Oh yeah.
I love Bob Hoskins Mario. It was actually really good, especially for the type of character he was trying to do, and especially because like dude did not want like he hated working on that movie. For good reason. Like the development of the Mario Bros. Movie is just a massive fucking shit show. Um, which is even more interesting because apparently one of the original scripts would have actually been it would have been completely accurate to the games, but it would have been much closer. And it's funny outside of adding specific character like new characters to the lore. Um, the movie that we got fairly recently, the Illumination film, which I know you didn't like, but that like the original script apparently would have been closer to that.
Right.
Just live action, and also Danny DeVito was in talks to play Mario, which that would have
That would have been interesting.
I would have loved to see that, like just in general, even if they got Danny DeVito for the new movie instead of Chris Pratt, like that would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. You wanna know what I just realized about the sequel trilogy?
Hmm.
That they essentially did reuse stuff from the extended universe, the expanded universe.
Yeah, it's
Because the expanded universe also has Palpatine, being reborn and returning.
that's something that I think was weak, was the explanation as to how Palpatine, like they don't really give an explanation. It's just somehow Palpatine like the literal line is somehow Palpatine returning. It's like, wow, that's terrible. Well, and I think the implication was using cloning tech or something.
Yeah, it's cloning tech, which is also used in the expanded universe story.
But they
where
could have,
Palpatine
but
comes back.
they could have said like Palpatine. I don't think even Palpatine tells Kylo Ren that, but they could have said that instead of having one of the fucking rebellion forces just saying somehow Palpatine returned. Like that's just such a terrible fucking line. It pisses me
Like
off.
at least you could have had like a little bit of explanation. Oh, he did spirit transference to another clone body, and he has like a bigger supply of clone bodies just in case.
Yeah, for me,
Because
it's
that's what
like,
he did in the expanded universe.
well, and there's just like there are just some details in this sequel trilogy that I like, even I can't ignore because it's just stupid or not well explained. Like apparently Rey actually learned Kylo Ren's abilities when they linked with the Force. And that's explained in the novelization. It's not even explained in the
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not even explained in the actual in the movies. It's explained in the novelization of Last Jedi that yeah, like Rey just suddenly knows all of the things Kylo Ren knew from his training because they linked together with the Force. I think the thing that bothered me because it didn't make a whole lot of sense, because they used it mostly in like Last Jedi, but it was or not Last Jedi. They used it in at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Is apparently being able to transfer things from one person to another in the Force.
Yeah.
Like that didn't make like suddenly Rey had like two fucking lightsabers in the final fight, which I liked that scene. It was a cool scene, but it's like
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't make sense. That and
it was more flashy.
Yeah, that and in Last Jedi, Kylo Ren being able to just pull Rey into the starship or something. Because I think he's able to, like, okay, I don't entirely have a problem with this because it's like, oh, this is a Force ability we never saw. Explain it. Like explain how the fuck this works. I don't want to read. I don't want to read 5 fucking storylines.
Yeah,
5
just
fucking
to explain
yeah,
how it worked.
Like for someone like me who is a very casual fan of the franchise, it's a real pain in the ass because it's like, yeah,
like at least give like a passing reference, or at least like show something.
By the Empire.
Yeah.
God, it's like it's not even all original too, because they essentially just took fucking Jason Solo from the expanded universe and just turned him into fucking Kylo Ren.
Yeah, which I think is one of the worst things. Like they're like here, Disney's gonna pretty much Disney's gonna gut the extended universe and do their own take on it.
But it's essentially the same shit, just in a different order.
Oh, I do love that. Like the stormtroopers go on board the ship and everyone's disguised and it's just Chewie.
Oh yeah,
Chewie acting like a fake bear rug or something. That's funny.
nice.
I have not felt similar.
Huh?
Also,
But I mean, it's just honestly, they should have just kept the expanded universe and made movies from them.
yeah,
That would have been the easy way to do.
Like it would have just been. It would have been quicker and easier to more or less just adapt extended universe.
I mean, I would have liked to see a film about the Yuzon Vog War. You know, with Anakin Solo and his experiences with his father, Han Solo, and the sacrifices Han Solo has to make.
Yeah.
Because because Chewie dies in the Yuzon Vog War.
It would be wise for me to keep my distance from this film.
That is something that I will at least give the sequel trilogy some credit for. Like Chewie, I love how they treated Chewie.
Yeah.
In the sequel trilogy. Well, and in fact, one of the gags I loved, and they reference it. They reference it here in Lego Star Wars, but a lot of people were upset that Chewie never got a medal, even though he actively helped out in Episode 4. And then they give him a medal in I think they give him a medal in Episode 7 for helping out. But they reference that in this one where he like not only does he get a medal, he gets like he steals like a trunk full of just medals because he didn't get a medal in Episode 4.
Right. What is
that's
that?
Funny.
Yeah, that medal is called the Medal of Bravery, and I think yeah, in like the original expanded universe, the reason why Chewbacca didn't get a medal, was because apparently Wookiees do not place any meaning in such tangible rewards. But Solo, at the request of Solo, Chewbacca was then given a medal in private.
That's still nice.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I can see. Like they didn't. I love the reference to Keyboard Cat on the screen there. That's funny. Reference.
And apparently Princess Leia had to stand on a table to like put the medal over Chewbacca's neck.
But that's a bit of extended universe lore I can see as still somewhat being canon.
Yeah.
Like that.
The Force will be with you.
For me, it's kind of a like I think the way Disney
Princess.
Han, no.
I'm afraid she's scheduled to be terminated.
We've got to do something.
But with the extended universe, I think Disney said that it's basically a unless there's a new bit of lore that they've added, extended universe is still for the most part canon.
No, I thought it was like the expanded universe was more like it's another universe. It's not gone, it's just an alternate universe of what could happen.
Well, I think
but they'll still pull things out from it to make it canon.
Well, I was gonna say there are bits from the extended universe that are still canon.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, if they wanted to, just fucking pull Kyle Katarn into the fucking main series now.
Please.
But they gotta do it right.
Oh yeah. You know,
I mean,
there was a game for the PSP and DS that I don't think a lot of people remember, which
oh, I
was
think I know which one you're talking
yeah,
about. It's the one with X2, right?
Lethal Alliance. Who'd you say?
X2.
I don't remember actually.
Okay, it's another DS game maybe. I'm thinking of fucking what's the game called? Oh, Battlefront Elite Squadron.
Oh yeah. But no, Lethal Alliance was something else. It was basically like a Tomb Raider like.
Yeah.
Down, up, left, up. Oh, okay. The other one, button combination. It was kind of like Tomb Raider, but set in the Star Wars universe. The story for the game was actually
Orders from Vader himself. No one is to use the turbo lift until the reported intruders are located. So,
Yeah.
get walking.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this one stormtrooper who looks like he's just stuck in the elevator.
Oh yeah. I mean that happens all the time.
Well, I know there are some that like there are just random glitches that they still haven't patched out this game. It looks like it's supposed to be a glitch, but if it's not, I can't tell. Either way, it looks funny. Shit, where's it not going? But yeah, but basically, call Kai Katarn, the guy you were talking about.
X2?
No, the other guy.
Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind me, he's the one who actually gave the Death Star plans to
Yes.
Leia. Okay. Lethal Alliance is basically how he got someone gave him the Death Star plans, and it's just this like the story of that person giving the Death Star plans to Kai Katarn before he gave the Death Star. Yeah. That was a fun game. It's a game that I feel is just gets ignored a lot, and it really saddens me because it was a legitimately good Star Wars game.
You know, they could still put.
I love this.
Nice.
It's such a stupid thing, but I love it. It's so fucking funny.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they could still add Kyle Katarn and like the original mission, back in. I mean, you could say like Rogue One, they only captured like a part of the plan, and Kyle Katarn gets the other half.
Yeah, that's another thing that's like I hear Rogue One and Solo are perfectly fine movies, but that's one thing that saddens me about them is they could have just had they could have actually had Kyle Katarn.
Yeah.
I
mean, shit, that's how they did it in the expanded trilogy because they found like bits and pieces of the planet, they just put them together.
Yeah.
I mean, I do remember in Battlefront 2, there is the Death Star uprising, where the prisoners managed on the Death Star to break out and transmit the Death Star, some parts of the Death Star plans to Polis Massa. And then in another game, I think it was in X-Wing, where a rebel freighter also, took some of the schematics. And then,
well, I mean, if they wanted to do Kyle Katarn, what I think would be so weapons malfunction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do love this. Hang on. Oh, there we go. But they could have it where like there were multiple missions to get the Death Star plans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 24 464. Yeah, 2464.
2464. That's my operation number. You pulling my leg, pal? You think you're fine? Some kind of rebel infiltrator? I ought to report you too.
You know, it's funny because lore-wise, at least in the expanded universe, Han did go through like the Imperial Academy, so he should
Yeah.
know how this fucking works.
Yeah, and it's fucking funny.
It's like he just forgets.
Yeah.
No, sir. Bring the towels to your room. Just relax.
Yeah, and Luke in the background. Oh no, humanity!
Oh
like,
yeah.
like it's just playing up the facade in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted that to I wanted to let that go because I love that dialogue.
I
2464.
know.
That's my operating number. Are you pulling my leg,
Yeah.
pal? Oh, also they just let's talk about through yeah, Leia gives you the code. But so go back through. They just have a gonk droid in the prison.
I know.
I feel sorry for
But the
that guy.
Gog Droid is the best character.
And it's I'm just wondering what the fuck the gonk droid did.
Probably pissed off Vader in some way.
Yeah, probably. It's like that one.
Because
It's the one one comic panel I keep.
yeah, I know
Comic
the
page.
one comic panel where
Like
the fucking
everyone's pissed me off today except for you and the guy in the fucking droid.
and the mouse droid just hits his foot, and now he's pissed. Speaking of mouse droids,
Yeah.
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
that's,
Skywalker, I'm here to
I mean,
rescue you.
yeah,
Come on.
it's a fucking mouse droid.
Yeah.
I love the mouse droids. They're really good.
They're adorable. They're
Yeah,
also probably one of the easiest thing. They're also probably one of the easiest things in the Star Wars universe that you can build in Lego because they're just like. Looking at it, it's like 5 pieces.
It could be
It's a trapezoid.
Wait, hang on, no.
On wheels.
You got 2 wedge pieces. You got. Oh my gosh, they're watching the fucking keyboard. Cat parrot. I can't remember the name of the of that alien. Also, this is interesting. You actually have you have a boss fight with the trash.
Oh yeah.
Alien, which is like out of all of the sections in the movies to make a random fight for, like you give a boss fight to the trash monster. That's I'm not even upset. I'm actually kind of impressed because it's just
We're all gonna be a lot thinner.
interesting. I mean, technically, the fucking the fight in the not the fight, the in episode 1 when they're going through
Even worse, the walls are coming in again.
oh shit, I'm losing that. But the when they're going through Naboo, the Naboo waterways, technically that's also a boss fight.
Right. So I'm looking at the article, the wiki article for the mouse droids, and apparently they can melt their processors and essentially explode when captured.
The mouse droids have basically their own equivalent of a cyanide pill.
Yeah, essentially yes, in case of capture, because they do transmit messages.
Oh, I didn't realize they transmitted messages.
They carry messages like in various Imperial ships and battle stations. Like they're essentially just message carriers, along with doing other tasks as well.
We have to stop these
So in case a mouse droid gets captured and there's like an Imperial message on it, it's supposed to just explode.
Oh my! I turned it off.
C-3PO, why the fuck did you turn off your comm link?
Poor master.
No idea.
I mean, I get that they're sneaking through the Death Star, but like, under what circumstances would it be a good idea to turn that off?
In case you don't want to reveal yourself to the Imperials.
Okay, you know what? That's actually fair.
Maybe it's another drill.
Because yeah, I mean,
Maybe it's another drill. Cuts to see through drill holding a drill. That's just,
oh yeah.
man, that's a dumb joke, but I can't.
hmm
I can't
I
help
mean,
it.
look, no one is going to realize that the protocol droid is actually a rebel. No one's going to realize that unless the
Yeah, it's
transmitter goes
actually
off on him.
yeah, it's actually it's smart. It's just like at the same time.
Yeah, I understand. It
Yeah,
kind of
it's kind of a yeah, no, I get why you would have it off. It's just also like your friends are going to be trying
yeah.
to do something dangerous. You could at the very least
I understand.
make sure they're safe.
God, it just saying what I
Set
said earlier.
set your comm link to press to talk. That's what I'm
Right. Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Uh-huh. I'm just reminding myself, talking about another game series, The Elder Scrolls. You know about the Khajiit, right?
Yes.
Well, there are different species of Khajiit depending on the position of the two moons that they're born under. And one of their forms is essentially just a house cat, but like a sentient house cat. And the thing is, the Khajiit do use these house cat looking Khajiit to essentially infiltrate, other places. But it looks like a house cat. So what do you mean
What
that
would they
house cat's transmitting
what
messages?
would they be as large as a house cat? Because I know Khajiit
Yes,
and
they are as large as a house cat.
oh, that's beautiful.
See, and the thing is, like those Khajiit get annoyed because since they look like house cats, people do think they're house cats, and they'll pick them up and pet them and cuddle them and stuff, and they get very annoyed about that. So they just stay indoors all day.
Wow, they're like actual house cats.
Way down.
Yeah,
Should look at him.
I mean it makes sense because they're sentient, and it's like you're just coddling them like they're an actual cat. It's
I
humiliating.
remember in I remember actually doing like a D&D campaign. Friend was DMing that was based off of Elder Scrolls. And my character was just a Khajiit.
Oh yeah,
I think the joke was it was a Khajiit bard.
nice.
I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. You are his upper level. Now I am the master.
There she is.
You came in that thing? You're braver than I thought.
I love
Nice,
Darth
come on.
Vader just like, hey, hang on, buddy. Let me finish my stretches and
Yeah.
It's them. Blast them.
oh god, an escaped Wookiee.
Oh yeah, Wookiees are really dangerous. Can you see what they can do to Lego stormtroopers?
I know. Ripping freaking arms off.
Yeah.
They actually referenced that earlier.
Oh.
Because when they said prisoner transfer, they actually reference they say you want to see this Wookiee rip your arms off,
Yeah.
which is a nice touch. I don't know if Chewbacca can do that in this game.
I'm allergic to Wookiees. Deal with them, troopers.
But I do really like this game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm real happy that they can't think of something. I'm real happy that they did do a I don't want to, but it is for a collectible. But yeah, I actually remember saying at multiple points last year, like this is legitimately one of my favorite, not just Lego games, one of my favorite Star Wars games. Because
Nice.
it's just a really good, well put together Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
I still think like one of the biggest downsides is like it'd be nice to, even if it was the Disney Plus stuff, it would be nice if they added some of the extended media stuff, even as like DLC. But all they ended up doing was here's a character pack based off of Mandalorian. Here's a character pack based off of some of the Lego Star Wars specials. And that's about it. And it's just a little disappointing to me. It's not I understand like game development takes some time.
Imperial tech is always so
And
complicated. Let's just smash it.
Imperial tech is always more complicated. Let's just smash it.
Yep.
Break everything. Got it.
This will get the door open somehow.
But I know game development can be tricky, and especially there are companies that I follow that I really like as game companies, but they've had to deal with a lot of shit. I mean, I mentioned at multiple points throughout both of my Ratchet and Clank playthroughs that I can't hate even a game from Insomniac or a game from the Ratchet and Clank series that is that I don't think is as good as others. I can't really be too upset at it because I know the people who worked on it had basically a year to make it.
Mm-hmm.
If that. I mean, my favorite game in the Ratchet and Clank series was made in 10 months.
Yeah.
And that's actually impressive. But like Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time, that game was made in 10 months. And the reason it was made in 10 months was because of the partial development issues with well, I don't want to say partial development issues. It was just this whole thing.
Problems with the publisher and stuff.
Well, what happened was someone at Insomniac told this was when they were developing Tools of Destruction. So the first Ratchet and Clank game on PS3.
Okay.
Someone who was working on the game promised Sony, "Hey, this is going to have some form of like online multiplayer." Whereas the rest of the team were kind of looking at it like, we never agreed to that, and this wasn't in the development plan. Sony was upset because they're like, well, someone promised this to us. And what they ended up doing was, okay, we'll make it up to you. We'll make a downloadable game. We'll give you a downloadable game in the series, in the Ratchet and Clank series. That's another way we can show off the capabilities of the PS3. And so they were forced to make Quest for Booty, the $15 2-hour game that is completely skippable in the series.
Okay.
Quest for Booty is a perfectly fine game. It's just my biggest problem is it is a 2-hour game where like not much really happens.
Right.
And in fact, one of my it more cracks me up than upsets me, but in Crack in Time, they actually just sum up the events of Quest Rudy in like a sentence. Like
Okay.
that's how little bearing it has on the plot of the series. That it was just summed up in a sentence in the next game.
Right.
Luck.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
All right.
Hours are weak, old man.
If you strike me down,
Who are you
I shall
calling
become
old
more
man?
powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Shoot him.
Not a bad bit of rescuing, huh?
At
That's
least
all
the
right.
information in R2 is still intact.
It's not over yet. We need to get this information to the rebel base on Yavin 4 now.
And what information is that exactly?
The technical readouts of that battle station. I only hope that when the data is analyzed, the weakness can be found.
Sounds complicated.
Not what I signed up for. Once I get my reward, I'm out of here.
Don't worry about your reward. If money is all you want,
Did Luke get the
it's all
power
you get.
converters yet?
What?
Did Luke get the power converters yet?
We got Leia off the Death Star and
Yeah, but what about the power converters?
Obi-Wan. Oh shit, that's right. He was going to get power converters.
Yeah. Yeah, so he needs to go to Toshi Station to pick up those power converters.
Oh fuck.
Shit.
Something tells me we're not going to Tashi Station.
Maybe.
Luke does it off screen.
Oh, yeah.
He does it off screen between the movies.
Mhm.
You know, despite the fact that
Welcome. It's
that
good to see
Uncle
you're still alive.
Owen and
Please, hurry to the command room. The generals are eagerly awaiting those plans.
the female character's name I can't
Right this
remember.
way. They're waiting for you inside.
Who is her face? But yeah, his family, like, they doesn't matter that they're dead. Still has tasks left to complete.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm convinced. I remember making a joke when I went to see Rise of Skywalker with the rest of the guys. I am convinced that in Star Wars canon, there's only ever two black guys at any given time
Oh, yeah?
in the universe. At the very least, on screen, or not on screen. In the movies.
Quick, we must analyze
Yeah.
them immediately.
Because I think my reasoning at the time was because the only black guy in the entire it seemed like the only black guy in the entire galaxy was in the prequel trilogy was Mace Windu. So they were like very. It's safe to assume that at some point, Lando would have been alive around that time.
Yeah.
Like he would have been young, but he would have still been alive around that time.
Yeah,
Um,
hold up. Let me. Where the fuck was Lando born? At least legends wise. Okay, 31 before Battle of Yavin. Before Battle of Yavin. So this is when shit. When was this? Oh, I think this is fucking. Is this after the Empire? When the fuck was this? Right. I think he was born during I'm not saying the main series. When the fuck was it? In the prequels, most likely.
yeah, so
Definitely, yeah.
canonically, there were two black guys in the prequel trilogy, even if we didn't see
Yes.
Lando. And then well, shit. That my theory, and granted, it always was meant as a joke, but like my theory is kind of shot in the face when Mace dies, unless Mace never actually died. We never see him after episode 3.
The battle station is
I
heavily
I
shielded
think he
and carries
I
a
think he did
firepower
die.
greater than half the Starfleet.
Like
An analysis of the plans provided by
yeah,
Princess
there's
Leia
nothing
has
afterwards
demonstrated a
like
weakness. Huh?
expanded
A
universe wise.
small
He
one-man
is dead.
fighter
Oh,
should
okay.
be able to penetrate
Yeah.
the outer defense. Man your ships, and may the Force be with you.
I do love the Family Guy Star Wars bit here where Han leaves and it's just the goodie bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the lightsaber cheese knife.
This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Right with you, boss.
I'd take a
Be just like
lightsaber cheese
Beggars
knife.
Canyon back home.
That'd be cool.
Fighters coming in, point 3.
Luke, trust your feelings.
I know these flying sections are one of the few times you can technically get all the collectibles. Like you can 100% a level without having gone to free play.
Yeah.
So I do remember the different like Star Wars, like a few of the different Star Wars parodies, and there's some pretty good ones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I know of the Family Guy Star Wars parodies. Family Guy Star Wars parodies are legitimately good parodies. Like they feel like yes, these are like they're parodies, but these are people who under like it's clear that the people who wrote these specials are fans of the series. I mean, the first one was literally like Blue Harvest or something, which was a reference to which was a reference to a working title of episode 6, so people didn't think that they were making that they were doing the next Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Although it is upsetting, I think I think they said in like the making there was like a making of video of that special on the DVD release of it, and they said that they regret using that title for episode 4.
Yeah.
Because it would have been nicer to have that saved um for the parody of episode 6. And I'm sad that they never did they jokingly said that the Cleveland show was going to do the prequel trilogy, and then I think like the Cleveland show got canceled like a year later after that special.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice to it would have been nice to it would have been nice to see them try to do the prequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt they would do the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Like not even because I know there's a decent chunk of people who were disappointed with the sequel trilogy. But it's like there's not really much reason for them to do sequel trilogy. I'm happy at least that even if they just do the even if they just do the original trilogy, that they at least did um that those were good parodies. There's the robot chicken. There's the robot chicken. I don't want to call them parodies. I mean, they technically are, but I don't want to call them parodies.
Like adaptations?
No. Sketches. I mean, they technically are parodies. I should be.
Yeah.
I should say that, but it doesn't feel like um those specials don't entirely always feel like parodies to me. They feel more like skits. Although but like I said, they are still parodies. It's more of a personal thing towards me, not calling them parodies. Um, but those were fun. And I think that's one of the reasons why when I saw the trailer to Star Wars Detours, and this
Yeah.
was years after it got canceled. It's why I was it's one of the reasons why I was a little upset that we never got Star Wars Detours, because it seemed like it would have been a fun idea. Like it definitely
Yeah.
could have it definitely could have worked. Um, I think a couple days ago when I was watching when I after I did episode 2, I did show off both the trailer in and the trailer and a couple of clips that we did have. And those clips were released I think before we had those clips were released before the full episode got leaked.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot, kid. That was one in a million.
Remember before
But apparently
Disney
there's a decent chunk of episodes that were released, so if they really wanted to, they could put it on Disney could put it on Disney Plus. And I remember there being a rumor that it was going on, that Disney Plus was going to do it.
Oh yeah.
One for C3PO. That guy didn't earn a fucking medal. They didn't do anything. All right. Anyway, that's episode 4 done tested.
Yeah, there you go.
What was the name of the dub?
Oh, for episode 4, it's the Novelty Desire.
Novelty Desire. All right.
I mean, I could post a link to like the first cut of it because it's split into like 2 parts.
Yeah. Post it in the Discord.
Right.
Because I do want to do I do want to do the dub one of these days.
Right. I'll just give you a DM link to it.
Okay. But the reason I ask is because I was going to reuse that title for this episode. Like each episode
Oh yeah.
each episode of the Lego Star Wars, I've given a funny subtitle based off of something. Because we used the Shakespeare subtitle last night. The night before, Dan came up with a good title, and then episode 1 we did that was Darks and Droids.
Nice.
So Yeah, we'll use the dub tonight
Yeah.
for subtitle. Almost got everything on that last level, which is neat. Right. You were able. You did say you were able to find the Star Wars Detours episode.
Yes.
Okay. Can you can you DM that to me on
Oh, sure.
yeah, the Novelty desire the big cut. Before that, she will not tell you nothing. She will die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a Dog Day Afternoon.
All right. Let me I'll pull that up real quick. Yes, I want to go to that domain. Fucking. I think it's probably because my it's probably because my web browser's not on. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Turn that off. I do love the little mini builds that they have for each episode. I think these are actually based off of mini builds that people did make. Can't remember. But yeah, it's certainly an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Nah, shit. Open like 4 or 5 fucking versions of my fucking web browser trying to pull up that link. I mean, right now, what everyone's seeing is just the little dioramas.
Yeah.
I am a little upset. I mean, it's the most iconic scene from Rise of Skywalker, but I am a little upset that the diorama is the scene of Rey jumping over the TIE fighter. I can't complain too much because it is a really cool scene, but it's also like, man, that's the fact that that's what they use for the Rise of Skywalker diorama is
Okay.
kind of upsetting. I mean, Return of the Jedi, the scene they use is the speeder chase.
Nice.
I mean, they've got some pretty good scenes. Diorama for Attack of the Clones is Obi-Wan fighting Jango Fett on place. I can't think all of a sudden. Hang on. Let me. That in. Ah, perfect. All right, let me just jeez, my ears. Oh, that was loud. All right, and then I wanna. There we go. And send that to. There we go. So now I have it at the live thing. Oh, wait, I'm gonna turn the volume down a little because it's fairly loud, but here we go. That was a thing.
Something.
It's not the worst thing I've seen.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Yeah. I mean, it's could have been the holiday special.
Yeah.
Well, and I think one of the things that was shown in the trailers of that series was a lot of times they made fun of Jar Jar, and it's like, yeah, even it. I think it would have that series was originally intended to be released around the time of around 2013. It would have been like right before the Disney acquisition.
Oh, okay.
But I know there's a decent chunk of Star Wars stuff that was canceled because of that acquisition.
Right.
Like 1313, which still sad about because that actually looked good. I think I'm more upset about 1313 because they haven't done anything with it. They basically just
Right. Yeah. They just fucking dumped it.
yeah, because they could they could still easily do something with that idea. Hell, they if they really wanted to, they could reuse the story for fucking Disney Plus thing. Hell, with how because I know I know there were people who were disappointed in the Book of Boba Fett series. Like they could have done that. Like have Boba Fett's own series essentially just be what 1313 was intended to be or something. It's just disappointing. I also think there were plans to do
There's always a bigger fish.
there were plans to do a sequel to Republic Commando.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That
Two.
I would have loved to have seen a sequel to Republic Commando because Republic Commando is
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Stay calm.
I'm
We're not
happy
in trouble
that
yet.
at the very least there's a decent chunk of there's a decent chunk of those old Star Wars games from that time that have been re-released on modern systems. Because that one got a re-release. We got the Jedi Knight, the two Jedi Knight games. So Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast. We got
It's toying with us. Yes, but we
I
should
can't
still be able to
remember.
harm it.
Episode 1 Racer.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of canceled games, we were originally supposed to get a Rogue Squadron trilogy collection on like the Wii, and then at some point it was being reworked for the Xbox. I really wish we could have. I really wish that collection was made.
This seems lovely.
We must find the queen.
And apparently that like the game itself was at least the Wii version was mostly finished.
Oh,
even
yeah.
had an exclusive exclusive because it was the Wii, and you had to have Wiimote support. It even had shit. No, I don't want to quit. Tatooine. It even had certain new sections in where like actual lightsaber duels with the Wiimote. But this was before Factor 5 shut down because Lair didn't do as well as they wanted it to. Which, you know what? You know what would have made Lair much better? If Sony didn't force them to add
Yeah.
fucking motion controls.
Oh yeah.
I know there is a patch for the game now. I actually want to get a copy of Lair. Oh, by the way, this is Starkiller.
Oh right, nice.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see this. That's right. I have the fucking baguette sheet.
Right.
Um.
Not the Star Killer, I know, but cool nonetheless.
Yeah, no, I like the design.
Mhm.
I'm assuming the Starkiller is from Force Unleashed. Oh, that's another one of the games that got re-released recently, at least on the Switch. And it's funny because the Switch version is like I think it's supposed to be like this weird hodgepodge of like the Wii version of the game and um HD some modern HD textures.
Oh yeah.
I do want to see how that version plays because it's just an updated version of the Wii game. But I'm sure it's got to be fairly decent.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're not getting off Tatooine in that.
Oh yeah.
I do like you do that and you actually unlock the escape pod as a little thing that you can fly
Yeah,
from planet to planet.
that is pretty nice.
That's kind of funny. Where's that guy? One thing I will say that upsets me about this game, and it's less about the game and more about how they handled certain DLC characters. Um, can't think. The They have classic characters, so it's like the characters, but with the yellow Lego bricks from when they first started doing Lego Star Wars
Right, yeah.
in back in the 90s. Um,
Wait, back in the 90s?
yeah, well, late 90s, 99.
Wait, hold up. I thought the first Lego Star Wars game came out in like the early 2000s.
No. When I say classic Lego, I mean like the classic Lego figures, not
Oh,
the
right.
games.
Yeah.
Yes, the first Lego Star Wars game came out in 2005. Yeah, the first game came out in 2005 to coincide with the release of Episode 3. And in fact, actually came out before Episode 3. So it was one of the first examples of Lego unintentionally spoiling a movie before the movie was officially released.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a couple there have been a couple examples since then with mostly with Marvel movies where um they've accidentally spoiled plot details.
Okay.
But I'm still waiting for the scene where Whiplash comes and fights Iron Man in Iron Man 2 with a weird, or not. It was one of the villains from one of the Iron Man movies. Like they had a Lego set where they were fighting they were fighting him with like this weird car turret vehicle thing. Um, and it's kind of it's very clear that it's a Lego only thing, but it's like, man, it'd be funny if that was an actual scene in the movie.
Yeah.
And there's a decent chunk of Lego sets that are like that, where it's like, yeah, it's supposed to be based off of a specific um movie, but it's not. They took like they took some creative liberties, or they made a set that is just them having fun. Um, although one of the one of the things that kind of saddens me is when Spider-Man Far From Home came out. Not Far From Home, No Way Home. The one that brought back Toby and Andrew.
Yeah.
Um, which I still think is Tom Holland's the best of the Tom Holland trilogy, and it kind of saddens me that the best of the Tom Holland trilogy is the one that brings back older Spider-Man. I liked it. I actually really loved um the MCU Spider-Man trilogy. It's just like the best one is the one where they had to bring in other characters. Um but they have been doing when that came out, they did sets based on like Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, and specifically using scenes from both those films, but having the No Way Home branding, and on the boxes it'll just say that, like, this is from a scene from this movie, not actually No Way Home. And it's like, okay, why are you using No Way Home branding? And you just could say, like, you could either use the generic Marvel branding, or you could use branding from, you know, the other fucking movies instead
Yeah.
of instead of the newer movie. And I think what's weirder is they have Peter's suit specifically be uh the newer suit with the gold trim that he gets in No Way Home towards the end of the movie. Um, even though he didn't have them in the first two movies. And it's just, for me, it's just a nitpick, but it's kind of like, what, like, you could at the very least have the suit be the same suit he wore in those movies, as opposed to these newer suits.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I love it's referred to as the integrated suit. And I do love that design. That and the black and gold suit he wears in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because which I know is literally just it literally is just him turning his suit inside out, but it's a nice design, and I especially liked it. I'm sad that they only did it for the PS5 remaster, but I do like that um
Yeah.
they added that suit and the integrated suit to the Spider-Man PS5 game, or
Right.
the Spider-Man game. I don't even remember what I'm doing anymore. Just kind of wandering around Tatooine.
Yeah. It's 9 o'clock now.
Oh, so I could end if I wanted to.
Yeah, you can end if you wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, I at the very least want to finish conversation.
Yeah.
But you know, I doubt they would do it because it would just be too daunting of a task. Uh, but it would be cool. I know when Age of Ultron came out back in 2015, 2016. Whenever it came out, there were they made a Marvel Avengers game that was specifically based off the movies. And this was like 2 years after they did a Marvel superheroes game that was its own thing.
Yeah.
It would be kind of nice to see them do a Lego Infinity Saga game, but that's kind of a yeah. If they were to do that, we'd be waiting a couple of years. I mean, um, this Lego Star Wars game was originally intended to come out in like 2020,
Oh, right.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and it didn't come out until like 2022 because of
Right.
not
Pandemic.
well, not even just the pandemic. Like there's a lot of other things that kind of pandemic and development was just rocky in general.
Right.
Like they wanted to make sure this was as polished as possible, um, that
Which,
it
yeah, good
wouldn't
for them.
just yeah that it wouldn't, and especially with how a lot of AAA games have been releasing nowadays. Cough cough Redfall cough cough. Um,
The new Star Wars game.
yeah, cough cough the new Star Wars game cough cough. Um, Redfall actually actively pisses me off.
Oh yeah.
Uh, because well, mostly because that was originally meant to be there are rumors that that was meant to get a PS5 release and that got canceled because Microsoft owns the rights to it, and Microsoft more or less said no, we're not going to release it on PlayStation 5, even though it's not a Microsoft. I think it's a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Um, and that to me is just feels kind of scummy.
Right.
And I know like PlayStation was it was in talks for a bit to like they didn't want um they didn't want Microsoft to go through with the Activision Blizzard acquisition, which which that got shut down by a UK copyright company. I think I can't remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was shut down, and people are thinking that this might mean that it may never it might not go through altogether. I'm
Right.
indifferent, but that's also because I don't give two shits about Activision. Fire Bobby Kotick, and then maybe I'll start caring about Activision again.
Oh yeah.
Because dude's a scumbag.
Exactly.
Um, but on top of that, it's I mean, Sony is more or less the like the people most I can't words are just not coming to me. The right words aren't coming to me.
Yeah, it's understandable.
They're market leader.
Yeah.
Like they are, and I mean part of that's because like nobody in Japan cares about the Xbox.
Yeah.
Ever since
True.
the Xbox launched in Japan, no one's cared about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are like exclusive games on the Xbox in Japan, but like nobody in Japan cares about the Xbox.
Yeah.
I actually remember asking someone who was from Japan when I was working at GameStop recently. Um, I remember asking them how the Xbox fares in Japan, and it's just such a point where like Xbox isn't really being actively sold in stores over there.
Right.
That's how badly it sells, and it's uh, I hate to say that I was actually a little excited hearing that. And I don't hate Xbox. I actually I do still have an Xbox One and I like it. There are enough reasons for me to keep it instead of just outright selling it. But it's just there's a reason why a lot of why I would rather play games on PlayStation or Switch
Yeah.
because PlayStation when it comes to PlayStation, it's like I like the PlayStation brand. I like the PlayStation brand a little more. Um, it's a bit of a minor thing, but I like the benefits that the DualSense controller for the PlayStation 5 gives you,
Yeah.
like the adapted triggers um and the nice force feedback rumble, which is very similar to the Switch. Um, Xbox Series controllers are basically just slightly upgraded Xbox One controllers, which are
Yeah.
just slightly modified Xbox 360 controllers. And to that extent, it's kind of a yeah, I understand. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Um, but it's um there's that, and then there's also like Xbox doesn't have many exclusives, and the ones that they have don't really excite me that much.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Halo, and from what I've heard, the recent Halo games are very mixed. I mean, they're perfectly playable, and if you're looking for a good multiplayer game, they're fun. But if you're
Yeah.
looking for someone like me who likes a good story in a game, and especially a series that he's followed for years, if the recent stories are not up to par, then I'm gonna look at it like, okay, there's not really much. Like I'll play it so I can say yes, I played all the games in the series, but that's the only thing that's keeping me that's actually keeping me playing these.
Right.
Um, and that's just one of the things that saddens me with and it's not even just Halo. Like um, Microsoft owns Rare, and they have not done anything with Rare in years. I mean, they have Skull and Bones, which is
Mhm.
the pirate simulator. Um, and I remember playing that a couple of years ago and thinking it's all right. There's not really much to it. It's just kind of a. I think the entire point is just you're a pirate, go pirate.
Right.
Whereas what I and a lot of other people were expecting was like an actual having an actual story, having an actual okay, this is the reason you're doing this, as opposed to a light MMO.
Mhm.
Um, although I last time it's been a while since I played. I know they did add Pirates of the Caribbean content,
Oh yeah.
which I would like to look into.
Hold up. Did I just hear a gawk droid?
Yep,
Show me the man.
he's right there. He's waiting to get in a nice oil bath.
Nice.
I'm trying to get it set up for him. But But yeah, there was they added Pirates of the Caribbean content to I said Skull and Bones. It's not Skull and Bones. It's Sea of Thieves. Skull and Bones
Yeah.
is the Ubisoft one that may or may not actually get a
Yes,
release.
may or may not release, may or may not actually be may be for fraud.
Yeah, at this point, I'm convinced.
Yeah, I'm convinced it's fucking fraud. It's not
Well,
gonna come out.
I don't want to say it's a fraud. I'm convinced at this point that it's a that it's not going to get a release
Yeah.
because well, that and I still like I don't think we're ever going to get that Prince of Persia release.
Yep.
The Prince of Persia remake, which I was really looking forward to.
Mhm.
I mean, I know it didn't look great to a lot of people, but it's like, man, I just want to play Prince of Persia on modern consoles,
Yeah, I know,
and
man.
it may not have looked great, but it at least looked good. Like it looked. I don't think they could have really fucked up. Yeah, there we go. Gonk Droid having a nice bath. Have fun, little buddy.
Yep. Good job.
Got blooper for that. But that one I'm convinced we're well, I don't want to say I'm convinced we're never gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get anytime soon because of just how. I mean, Ubisoft at this point is just kind of run by a bunch of idiots.
Oh yeah.
If it's not that's okay, yeah, that's where I put that one. If it's not Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, then there's not really much reason for them to actually give a shit.
Oh yeah.
Like it has to be exactly like those two games.
Mhm.
Which I remember hearing a rumor that that's the actual reason that Michelle Ansel, who worked on Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil, that's the real reason he left, or he
Yeah.
because all the people that were working underneath him pretty much only knew how to make those games, and Ubisoft was forcing Beyond Good and Evil 2 to be like them, and it's like, no, I want to make an actual sequel to this critically acclaimed game I made.
Mhm.
And granted, like the reason that the actual reason allegedly that he left was because of sexual misconduct allegations, which is something that's a lot of people in Ubisoft have been facing apparently.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing, but according to the rumor I heard, that was really just them essentially slandering him.
Mhm.
Um, which part of me kind of hopes that the rumor is true and that he's not actually involved in that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also like, man, Ubisoft is they have not done anything
Right. Yeah,
good.
it's just more sequels and shit.
Well, and it's not even just sequels and shit. It's um Ubi's a lot of the games that they've made are just like we're gonna literally make the exact same fucking game over and over with very little. It's the Call of Duty thing for me.
Yeah.
It's we don't need to innovate. We don't need to innovate or change the style up much because we know our fans are gonna buy it regardless. Like it could be a broken, buggy mess that looks and plays like absolute dog shit, and our fans will still play it because they're dedicated to us.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I hate Activision, because Activision only seems to care about Call of Duty, and I like I could play 4 Call of Duties. I could play 4 different Call of Duty games, and I would not be able to tell you what makes them different.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest thing that angers me about Activision is because they only seem to care about that franchise, and every game is literally the same fucking thing to me. At least back in like at least when like Modern Warfare came out, it was like, okay, we're moving away from World War II and going to like Modern Warfare. There's a
Yeah,
difference
makes
there.
sense.
There's a reason to play this over the other games, which were just World War II.
Yeah, because it's fresh. It's set in the modern day. No one had really done it before, at least
Yeah,
well.
and then transferring from like Modern Warfare, the game after that, going back to World War II. It's like, yeah, like you're still going back to World War II, but there's enough there's stuff here that makes it different from the other ones. That and I think World at War added the was the first game to add the zombies mode. Um, which I genuinely like the zombies mode. Like that's one of the few um that's one of the few things I will say. Yeah, I enjoyed this part of Call of Duty. If they if Call of Duty made an entire game that was literally just COD Zombies, I would probably be more interested in it than I've been in any other Call of Duty
Yeah.
game. Right? There's a little mouse droid with a stormtrooper helmet. Who the fuck is shooting me?
That fucker, the Tusken Raiders.
Shit. I'm admiring the mouse droid.
Destroyed the sand people.
I killed them all, Phantom. Women and children, too.
Nice.
Fucking. Oh, there's nothing up here.
Yeah.
Okay. There he goes.
Yeah,
Cute
there
little
he
mouse
goes.
droid. But yeah, like looking at him, that's a really simple that's a really simple design
Oh yeah.
to build out of Lego.
Mm-hmm.
I think like eons ago, and by eons, oh shit, did not mean to hit him. I had like this Lego every year does these advent calendars based off of a lot of their popular franchises. Back in like 2013, I think I got one based off of Star Wars, and I still have one of the figures. I think one of the things that it's like, here, build a little mouse droid. One of the things. Oh, there's another mouse droid with a. That's cute.
Yeah.
Um, but one of the figures that I still have is Santa themed Yoda.
Oh yeah.
They even had like a little sack that worked as a backpack. Really
Nice.
all right. Anyway, I've gone much longer over
Yeah,
time than
you've
I
gone
meant to.
over by 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna hang on. Let me stream ending.
There we go.
Sorry, I kind of got I kind of got distracted.
Hey, it's fine. It
playing talking.
happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like talking to people. That's why I
Yeah.
like. It's one of the reasons why I like having people here, because it fills the dead air, even if we're not really talking about anything in particular, just nice conversation.
Yeah.
I am a little sad. Before I do cut stream, I am a little sad. So I currently don't have my dog at my house right now.
Oh, why?
He does not have. So he is not currently. We are not current with all of his shots. So he had to be taken. I think he had to be taken to a vet and given those shots. But he's under quarantine, as we were told. And
Right.
that's the short answer. But it really saddens me because I fucking miss my puppy.
Yeah, I know. I understand how you feel.
Well, I say puppy. He's a big floof, but
Yeah.
I do miss him. Well, and I've always been I still have 2 cats at home, but I've always been more of a dog person.
Oh, yeah.
I do love my cats though, because
Mhm.
they're one's a bitch and one's a fat old man.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the one I would call a fat old man, like we've had him for a while. I think we've had him since like 2010.
Oh, yeah.
2010, 2009. Like we've had him for a while. So he's up there in age.
Yeah.
But,
like my dog, she is up there in age as well, but probably way older.
Yeah. But yeah. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna do like just free play tomorrow or do or just move on to episode 5. But
Wait, why not just watch the movie, like the dub?
yeah, we could watch it up.
Yeah.
Well, I think my biggest problem is I want to make sure we have everyone together.
Right. Yeah.
Need to see if Rumpy would be available at least.
And Walker.
And Walker.
Yeah.
Well, I know like Walker just tends to be busy a lot of the time, and Rumpy is kind of he'll be I know he's usually only available for weekends, so.
Right.
But I'll try and get in contact with everyone. Or at least send a message in Discord. But yeah, definitely need to. Definitely should watch the dub. I mean, worst comes to worst, if we can't get everyone, like I'll watch the dub with you in Phantom.
All right, it's fine.
Something. Anyway, but all that being said, that should be it for the stream.
Right.
I still have the full screen projector thing on. I don't know how to close this.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting the fucking pokey flushes in the overlay.
Nice.
Well, and I mean, I'm gonna switch to it just for a second so you can see, but like even my BRB thing has a little pokey flushes.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to leave it there for the night. I will see everyone tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna have to check the Twitch re-upload and see if because I remember episode 2 got muted around the time I showed off the trailer for Star Wars Detours. I need to see if it's gonna be muted on Twitch. It's not as big a deal because I can still because I've been recording streams, so I'll probably just, if it got muted on Twitch, I'll just grab the recording and post that. Which reminds me, I should probably try and get a halfway decent hard drive to back that up too, so it's not taking up too much space on my laptop. Anyway. But yeah, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Phantom, you have anything else to say?
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, all that shit Hulk Hogan does.
Roger.
Except for being racist. Do not be a racist.
Yeah, do all the good things Hulk Hogan does. Don't be racist.
Yes. See, I got my wrestling reference in today.
Yeah. I was about I almost completely forgot that you've been mentioning wrestling. Hang on,
Yeah.
there. That's how I close the full screen projection. Anyway, but yeah, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Phantom, hopefully, will also see you tomorrow if he's not busy.
Right.
And with that, shit, I forgot I can't do that with CA mode. With that, well, I already said see you tomorrow, so bye.
All right. See.